Who's calling it? Who? Yeah, yeah. OVO Sound 2025. Who's calling it?
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Abby? Was it Danny? Is it Party? Where's the function?
Where the function? Where the function? The way I feel right now, I feel like we need to be all alone. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your girl, take a fine home, and that's real. Stop teasing me, stop teasing me. I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you're leaving me, leaving me. We got sticks in the club illegally. Got the whole 6 side, they believe in me. We got members east of the DVP. We got members west on the 401. We got a lock on the game, but there's more to come. You gotta pot that till the morning come. You want shots for the girls, they don't order some. Who's calling it? Who's calling it? Who's calling it? Who's calling it? Who? Hey.
Is it
Stacy?
Is it
Becky?
Is it
Keisha?
Is it
Ashley?
Was it
Danny?
Is it
Party?
Where's the function?
Where the
Yo, what's up, guys? You guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me see here. Let's go pull this up. Yo, good afternoon, guys. Sorry for the late start. Last night, Bailey and I ended up going to the hospital, and we stayed there for a pretty long time. I'm not gonna lie. Turn this light on. We stayed there until 4 in the morning, 4:30, maybe almost 5. So I didn't get a lot of sleep. That's why I started so late today. I haven't had a chance to do anything yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is download Xcode. I meant to do this last night. I also moved all of the stuff around. I got the OBS on this computer over here now. And I have the camera in the same spot. I don't know if I'm going to move the camera or not. I might, because it's kind of hard to see chat and everything the way I have it set up now. I'm debating it. I'll do this one stream like this, and in the afternoon, if I don't like how this looks, then in the afternoon I'll change it, right? Because I think I could just have this stream like this, with the camera directly in front of me. I think it would be the same. I mean, I do have the boom arm. I don't need to have it. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see how this goes. But for now, let's just do some work shit. So we need to download Xcode. I'm gonna log in with my personal account. We'll see how that goes. I haven't logged with my personal account in forever. I'm also realizing that I do not have an Apple. I do not have an Apple developer paid account. At least I don't think I do. Because I think I canceled my personal accounts. I think I canceled my personal account so that I didn't need to pay for the membership, because it's like $300 a month or something crazy like that. Or not a month, a year. Xcodes, profiles. Let's see here. And this is going to be another one of those slow paced streams, by the way. So don't expect me to be going crazy in here or doing anything insane. I'm literally just downloading Xcode. Literally just downloading Xcode so that we can write some code. Xcode here. Download on the App Store. I don't want to download it on the App Store. It's here. Applications. Xcode 26.1 beta 3. Might as well. Let's download it. There we go. Anyways, let's see if we get some people in here to watch me do some work. In the meantime, what else do I need to do here? This, I don't need this anymore. Close this tab. And you guys let me know what you think about the stupid angle. If it's good, if it's bad, if it looks like shit. Now it's just hard to tell what it looks like, right? It's just hard to tell what it looks like because I'm not looking at the camera. But that might be, I mean, I'm not looking at the screen, but that might be a good thing. It might be a good thing. It might be a good thing not to look at the screen while I'm streaming. No distractions. Just flowing. Going with the flow, right? Weird little setup. Also, I don't know if I should have done this already because at some point I am going to have to move this stuff back around, right? I mean, once I find the job, I'm probably going to have to put the other computer in the spot where it was at before, which means I'm going to have to rearrange everything again. Damn, that downloaded fast. That downloaded fast. Okay, that's downloading. Well, that's downloading. Let's go back to YouTube. All right. Let's go back to YouTube. And let's find Swift binary sort. Let's just go through some of these. This is the one I watched yesterday, the binary sort. Divide and conquer binary search. Brian Advent is a fucking W trainer. So let's just watch this class. What I'm doing right now is just rewatching another person explain this to see how they did it. Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy intro. What the hell? My dude, you're just a developer, bro. It doesn't need to be that insane, Brian.
Hi, and welcome to another very exciting tutorial. Today we're going to talk about binary search.
The binary search.
Very simple yet very powerful technique to search through sorted arrays. And this is a so-called divide and conquer algorithm. But before I'm going to explain.
Now, I think instead of trying to memorize the actual code, I'm going to try and actually understand what's going on. From what I recall with the binary search, how do we do this, right? We divide the array in half and we check if the first half of the array contains the value that we're looking for. If it doesn't, we remove it. And then we grab the remaining portion of the array, right? And we search the half point of that one. We divide it in half and see if it's there. If it's not there, we remove it. And then we go to the remaining portion and we continue doing that and continue splitting the array in half, searching for the value. And if we find the value, we end, right? Now, my question is binary search. What happens if the item you're searching for is in there multiple times? You know, because I think that this is just best case scenario. It's in there one time. If it's in there multiple times, what do you do?
How binary search works and what divide and conquer actually means.
And I actually don't even think, now that I think about it, and maybe this is just me, because when I first learned how to code and I had to do binary search and I had to do linked lists and I had to do, what is the other thing? Merge sort. I wasn't that in depth into the coding programming aspect of it. So maybe I was struggling then, because now me thinking about the binary search just a second ago made me think like this is actually not that difficult. Like it actually is pretty simple in my mind, just thinking what it is. And I think that once you know what steps you need to follow, then you should be able to code out what you want. Huh? Oh my God. Bailey said if I'm talking about non-binaries. I don't know how I feel with this camera angle, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to wait until the afternoon to see what people think. I know, but now when I turn this way, it's like you're seeing me from the side. I don't like how I look from the side. I look chopped.
Actually, a little computer science class today, I'm going to show you what kind of a problem we can actually solve with binary search. And for this tutorial, I have created this playground that already has a function.
He did this different. This is this is why I said that it's so confusing sometimes when you're looking at different people doing it, because he did it different, right? He has a function saying linear search. Oh wait, this is just a linear search. Okay. So in the linear search, he just cycles through the entire array searching for the item, right? He does iterations. This is just counting how many times it goes through the whole thing. So for I an element, right? If element equals key, then print the number of iterations and return I, right? Array enumerated. I'm trying to remember, when you do an array enumerated, you're going to get an element equals key, and you're going to get I. I is the number of times it's circled through, I think, right? Return iterations. Linear iterations. This is iterations. Iterations equals 0. Every time it cycles through, it adds 1 to the iteration count. Return I. Yeah, I would be... It's an enumerated array. It's going to have an index, and it's going to have the item, the key they're searching for. I is just the index. I is just the index. So if he was searching for the letter C, 0, 1, 2, I is going to be 2, right?
That we've created in my last tutorial on Swift generics. There we have explored how to actually use these generics and these parameters in detail, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do so now. It's completely free, and you will always get notified about the newest tutorials. But
what I don't remember is when it's going through a for loop like this, right? This is not 2 loops. This is 1 loop. So wouldn't it just go straight through and just search? Oh, I think, but for each element, it needs to run this item, right? So this is going to be for each element. Yeah. So it's going to say the first time it searches, it's 1. It's just going to count each one of these. So wouldn't iterations be equal to I would assume +1.
go through that real quickly and see what kind of problem
Right?
we're solving here. I'd like to mention that we have 2 arrays right here. We have an integer array and we have a string array. And sometimes it is very useful if you can find out the index of an element in an array. Let's say we're talking about an address book, for example. Then you can have large amounts of entries in your array, and they're already sorted. So for the binary search, it is very important that the array that we're working with is already sorted, like in the case that we've right here. We have this integer array with the sorted numbers, and we have this string array also with these sorted letters. And this linear search now does one very simple thing. It iterates through the array, and we're checking each element if it is equal to the key that we're looking for, the search term that we are looking for. In this case, if we're calling this function linear search, then we can enter an array, let's say the ABC array, as an array, and as a search key, I'm looking for the letter G.
Okay.
And if you run this code...
So if you run that code, I'm going to tell you what it's going to do right before he even tells us. If you run that code, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer of iterations is going to be 7. The answer for I is going to be 6, right? because we started at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I is 6. So I don't understand why he did this return I here. He should have just done iteration. He didn't need to do var iterations equals 0. He could have just been like right here, linear iterations, I plus 1. That's all this would be. I plus 1. And then here, he didn't need to do the count at all.
We'll get the information that this is actually
Right?
the element 6. So
6,
it has
yep.
the index 6 in our array. And now if you have a look at the console at the bottom, we're having a number of linear iterations here of 6. This means that we have iterated through all the objects in our array to actually get to this point where we know that our element is indeed at position 6 or at index 6 in our array. And this is not very efficient. And here comes binary search into play. And we're going to write an algorithm now, a divide and conquer algorithm, that is going to simplify this whole process and reducing the number of iterations required.
Yo, Rob, thank you for joining the stream, bro. Good morning, man.
Talking about
How you doing?
computer science, then we're talking about
Big O notation. Here we go.
Big O notation. The time complexity is the computational complexity that describes the amount of time it takes to run an algorithm.
I'm waking up pretty late today, Rob, because we spent pretty much the entire night at the hospital. I'm downloading Xcode right now. I'm installing it on the computer so we can do some actual coding. But in the meantime, I'm just rewatching a little bit about the Big O notation. I'm watching about linear searches, binary searches, and binary merge sort algorithm. Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. We just had a what is it? False labor. Because she was having like a little bit of the contractions. Yeah, but they also weren't as strong as they're actually gonna be. So if she was in pain for those, I mean, shit. So yeah, so I woke up late. I'm tired. I didn't really apply for any jobs yet today. I haven't done anything, to be honest, today. I literally just ate breakfast. I rearranged the computer setup. I moved the monitor that I had over here. I removed it. It was a smaller monitor, and now I have 2 big monitors. But I don't know how I feel about the camera angle. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this camera angle, because I might move the camera over here, to be honest. I might move the camera. This camera angle is weird. I might move the camera over here and have it pointing straight at me. Instead of it being in the angle that it's always been in, because it's kind of weird. But then at the same time, like, I can see chat. Chat is right there. I can see chat, but it's just awkward. I don't know. He says you need to change it up. So we'll see how we do with this angle, because I might switch it over. I might move the camera over here and have it pointing towards the wall, which kind of pisses me off, because then it defeats the purpose of me buying that green screen that one time. Or maybe I'd keep it like how it is. I don't need to be looking at the camera all the time, bro. It's very distracting, and maybe I'll become a better streamer if I'm not looking at myself the entire time I'm talking, right? Get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. He says, you have a green screen? Yeah, I have a green screen. I have a crazy green screen. It was expensive too. It's one of those ones that you pull up and it like locks into place. Before, when I used to do a lot more gaming, and when I would play like Fallout 76, I would pull it out and put it right there. Pause, by the way. But I would whip it out. I would whip out the green screen and I would put it right there and pull it up. But I haven't done that in a while because I put the second chair here for Bailey, and I don't want to move the chair out of the way to put the green screen up. But yeah, I have a legitimate, nice, fucking professional green screen.
And we're using this so-called Big O notation to actually classify.
Where'd I buy the green screen? I can show you where I bought the green screen here. Everything I have is like basically just 2 brands. So I can show you really quick. Let me just open up a tab. What is this called? Elgato? El Gato. Here. This website, El Gato, they sell almost everything you need to be a streamer, chat. Anything you can think of to be a streamer, they sell. They sell the mics, they sell chairs, they sell cameras, they sell the stream deck. They sell everything you need if you want to become a streamer, right? And I bought, I guess it's gonna be under more. Wall mounts. Maybe it's wall, no, it's not wall mounts. Green screen, this. This is what I bought. This is what I have. I have one of these. I have one of these. I have one of these, and I think that they gave me the wrong size. I wanted to buy the narrow one, but they gave me the extra large one. Which is kind of heavy, but I just store it underneath the sofa, right? And I used to pull it out all the time. I just haven't used it in a while. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. If you go back, I can pull up, I can show you what it kind of looked like in some of the old videos here. Let's go back to my YouTube channel really quick. If I go back to my old live streams, if you scroll way, way down, I can show you. When I was playing Fallout 76, I was using it. Here.
Yeah, over your sign.
Do I show when I, oh, here it is.
What are these?
Here.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
You see it right there?
girls. It's your boy.
And then I would just turn on the settings in OBS, and then you'd have the transparency in the background. You see how now you can't see? You can see through it.
Lá já de boa, sem ter que fazer.
I want to stream this morning gym workout, but I was tired to bother, too tired to bother. He says, damn, you used to look rough. Oh my, I still look rough, bro. Am I not looking rough right now? I haven't even taken a shower yet, bro. I literally just woke up. I haven't taken a shower. Bailey and cooked some breakfast. And then I jumped on here to get some work done because I have not done anything productive in literally 2 days. And I need to stay in the habit of getting work done and like researching and learning and applying to jobs. Here's another one. Applying to jobs and doing all the stuff necessary for me to actually get a new job.
From the stream.
There.
Unfortunately, it's just not.
And I would turn that on and then you can see through it.
Now, the other question
even if it's just maybe I'm.
Anyways, let's get back to work because I can't spend too much time doing diddle-daddling. I need to be locked in, studying or applying for jobs. We can't diddle-daddle. He says, drink some milk and whey protein for a quick, nutritious meal. I mean, we ate breakfast. I ate breakfast. He says, if you had a P.O. box, I would send you a killer Halloween costume to troll with the green screen. Oh, that would be sick. I don't have a P.O. box yet. I need to get one. Right now, chat, my whole focus is divided in between two things. Getting a new job and the streaming, right? And I'm just trying to combine both things right now, to be honest. I need to lock in more though. I really haven't been, like, for example, coming on here and streaming me studying for 3 hours, that's not enough. Like, I need to be studying for like 6 hours, at least 7 hours, like full-time job. Take a break, do 3 hours, take a break, come back and do another 3 hours. Because I need to have this shit tip top. I need to know all of the algorithms by memory.
According to how their running time or space requirements grow as the input.
Because those college students that just graduated, they're going to know all this shit by memory.
That illustrates the input size and the number of operations required. The linear graph here is actually showing our linear search with a big O of n. So we're using this big O notation to describe,
well, all the stuff I forgot.
Proportional growth here.
Amen. The stuff I haven't done in a while that I forgot, I need to learn that, relearn that stuff.
Also results in an operation.
And also just get caught up to date and then do some practicing.
This graph, then you can see that as the input size grows, also our number of operations grow. And this means that if you have a lot of elements in your array, for example, it also takes quite a bit of time to actually perform a task like searching for an object using this linear search approach. So how can we actually get a better curve? And you maybe already see this curve at the bottom of this chart, and it's actually barely visible, but this is what describes our binary search with a big O of log n.
You know why this type of algorithm doesn't make any sense? Because in order for you to use the binary search, the array that you're searching through needs to already be sorted, right? But Swift already has a sorting algorithm. And when you do the sorting algorithm, won't it have to do the algorithm for that as well? So either way, if I'm using a built-in sort algorithm to make sure that the arrays are sorted, why the hell am I not using the built-in search algorithm too? It makes no sense. That's why I always thought this question was stupid.
Such an algorithm with this complexity is considered highly efficient.
Yes, I mean, there is. I'm going to be doing that as well.
To the size of the input decreases and tends to 0 when the number of inputs.
I'm just getting familiar with all the algorithms again, and then I will go and make an account on a website called LeetCode. And on the website LeetCode, that's where you can practice.
So this is what we are trying to achieve. We want to have an algorithm with the complexity of big O of log n. And hopefully
none of this stuff has anything to do with what I'm going to do when I get hired, FYI.
In the future, because in the documentation,
That's why it's so fucking stupid.
Functions such as the remove at index function, if you want to remove an element from an array at a specific index, gives you an information about the complexity of this function, and it's given at big O of n, which means that you should be cautious if you have really quite a huge number of elements in your array. But now, let's get back to our initial question. What is actually a divide?
Remove and returns the element at a specific position. Oh shit. That's O of n? All the elements following the specific position are moved up to the closest gap. Oh, I actually never paid attention to the complexity listing on the algorithms that are built in. So the remove algorithm that's already built into Swift is O of n. That's crazy.
Conquer algorithm in our binary search, or why is binary search such a divide and conquer algorithm?
But is anybody really building their own algorithms from scratch? No. Who's doing that? Only the freaky deaky programmers are doing that, chat.
So if we're
The real nerds.
divide and conquer approach, then what we're doing is we try to actually create subproblems of our huge problem, which is
Only the real nerd software engineers are writing algorithms from scratch for an application. Everybody's just using the built-in algorithms, bro. Only the freaky deaky programmers are doing that. He says, yo, King's Lounge, thank you for joining the stream, bro.
the actual divide part. And then what we try to do is to actually solve these subproblems. And the cool thing is that this solve the problem is actually the conquer way, because solving these subproblems should be a little simpler than the huge problem that we had at the beginning. And then at the end, we try to combine all the solutions of these.
He says the real ones use ChatGPT.
To our huge problem.
No way.
So a divide and conquer algorithm works by actually recursively breaking down a problem into two or more subproblems.
See, I don't like recursion that much, but we do need to use recursion for all of these algorithms. He says, dope. Kind of like trading stocks or investing. I heard there's like websites or whatever you can download to practice. Yeah, you guys will see. I've only been unemployed for like 7 days, guys. You guys will see. You'll see what I'm going to be doing eventually. What this is building up to. In the meantime, did it finish installing the Xcode? Let's see. Why is it not opening? Apple Silicon. Why is this not? Why can I run this? Open. You cannot use this version of the application Xcode beta with this version of macOS. Oh my god, dude. I don't want to upgrade my computer. I'm letting you know right now. What version am I on? This is annoying. What version am I on? I'm on Sequoia 15.5. Are there upgrades? It's not, I don't even see a option for an upgrade. Sequoia? Because upgrading could affect my shit negatively, man. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see here. Let's go into yeah, we gotta go back to the Apple website again then. Let's just download a different one. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Where are they? Where are they? Programs. Support. Is it under support? No. Program resources probably. Xcode Cloud. I never used Xcode Cloud in my life. Apps, business. I don't even know where you download this shit again. Here. Get the latest tools and beta SDKs. Okay. Applications. I don't want to use this. What version do you need of the software? It says compatibility, Mac OS 15.6. What was I on again? .5. That's annoying. 15.6. This one is also 15.6. 15.6. Xcode 26. 15.3. Xcode 6.4. I might have to use this one in the meantime. Why did they change the logo? They changed the this is going to be like a major jump. I can already tell because the logo is different. Should I update my computer and just download the newest one? This is annoying as fuck. Ay, 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 ay. No, actually, let me not do that because a lot of the times when you download a new version of the software, it messes everything up. And I don't want to mess up my streaming. Let's just download 16.4. Fuck it. Download 16.4. We'll install 16.4. I'm not going to risk it. Not going to risk it for the biscuit, chat. Because that's happened to me before. You download the newest version of the OS just to run one program and then everything else breaks. And I cannot have OBS or the soundboard or the Stream Deck or any of the other programs breaking down on me because I decided to upgrade to a new version of the OS without testing it out and without reading the forums and finding out if there were any problems that anybody else had with it. And in the meantime, what happened with Xcode? Did they make a new version altogether? Xcode 26? Xcode, let's see. Learn about Xcode. Let's see what they did here. I mean, it looks the same to me. I don't really see that much of a difference here. I might be wrong or missing something. This Xcode to me looks the same. What's new? Xcode 26. Build your ideas to life with generative intelligence powered by the large language model of your of choice. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I see what it is. They implemented AI in the new Xcode. Use coding tools to quickly write in documents. Shit. I see. Damn, bro. Yo, everywhere I look, every tool that I would use, everything that I research has to do with AI now, bro. Everything has to do with AI now. Jesus Christ. I can't even use Xcode without having AI involved in it. Why? No idea. What's the purpose? Is it really going to help development that much? Probably. Let's keep it a buck. Probably it will. I'll keep the Xcode I installed too. Fuck it. Okay, let's install 16.4 as well. Let's install 16.4 as well, guys. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that works. 16.4. Well, that's installing. Go back to the videos.
The same or related type, and until these become simple enough to be solved directly. And the solutions to these subproblems are then combined to give a solution to the original problem. And this is what divide and conquer algorithms do.
Meta just laid off 10% of its AI jobs, 600 jobs now, because now AI can do its job better. They said, lol, built it to get replaced, not trolling.
So with this divide and conquer,
Yo, that's why I said that these engineers are stupid, bro. If I was an engineer, I would go on strike if I worked at Meta or ChatGPT or any of these companies, because you're building the tool that's going to take your own job. Why would you build your replacement? Guys are so fucking stupid. Building their replacement is crazy.
in binary search, what we do in the first step is we inspect the element in the middle of the array.
Homie said,
If it is greater than
built it to get replaced, no trolling.
that we're searching
Jesus.
for. And if this value now is equal to what we are looking for, we're just done, and it just took one step. But in most cases, it isn't as easy as that. So if the middle value is less than our search value, we narrow down our search to the last half of the array. And if the middle value is greater than our search value, we narrow down the search down to the first half of the array. And
That makes sense.
we repeat these steps until we either found what we were looking for, or the array cannot be split any further, which means the search value could not be found. And this is what we're going to do now in code. And now back in our playground, we're actually going to do the same thing that we just did in the presentation. We're going to perform our binary search, and therefore I'm going to add a new function calling it binary search, in the same way as I did with the linear search. Being a generic function, we're using the t as a generic type, using an array with generic objects right here, and also let's use a search key with a generic type, and we want to return a simple integer as the
Damn, he went crazy with it. I'm not going to lie. Because most of the time when they write these algorithms, for the example, they never use like this right here, this t comparable. That's like kind of advanced. It's kind of advanced. Damn. And all that means is that this argument that gets passed in needs to conform to the comparable protocol, which means that it has to be something that can be compared. But if you did this, I feel like if you did this in a test, one of these coding tests at a job, and you did this with the comparable and everything, made it a generic, used polymorphism, they would fucking hire you. They'd be like, damn, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Because this is the most proper way to do this. That way the function can take any type of an array. Shit. I would have never thought of doing it that way though.
of the element that we have found in our array. And then we also return nil here to actually satisfy
Big boy example.
warnings. And now the first thing that we need to do is define a range. Since we're changing this range, as you've seen in the presentation, we're continuously changing the range that we're actually inspecting in our array. So first of all, we have a range, and we're
Oh, Eamon, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the Discord and drop some links in there of whatever you want us to cover as well? For later. I've been out of the loop, chat. It's 12 o'clock. I just woke up.
through the complete array. So we're also looking from the index 0 to the last element using our array and its count to get all the elements, and with that getting the range of the complete array. And then what we do is we're defining a
Why did he get the range? Couldn't he just use count?
while loop with a simple condition, which is range and its start index to range of end index. So while our start index is less than the end index, we need to perform our search. And therefore, we're defining now our code block here for our while loop, and we try to first...
It's the pinned comment, Ahmed. The pinned comment on our stream right now has the link to the Discord.
Get the midpoint of our array. Therefore, we perform a very simple operation, creating a midpoint constant here using the start index and then just adding the half of the complete range that we have. So just using range and the end index and subtracting the range and the start index to actually get the number, and then divide that by 2.
Range start index, that's going to be what? Whatever the first number was. Plus range end index. The end index is going to be the last number, right? Minus the start number divided by 2. He did this completely different from the example we saw yesterday. This is like a more advanced way of doing it, but it also is a more confusing way of doing it.
We have the half of this range and then adding this to our start index, and with that we have our midpoint. And now what we need to do is having a look, as we did in the presentation, we need to have a look at this midpoint in our array to actually see if this is the key that we are, or the search key that we are looking for. So if our array and its midpoint index is equal to our search key, then this is the moment where we are actually done, and we can return our midpoint as the index of the element that we were looking for. Okay, but now this was the easy part. Now let's see what is with the other conditions, because our array and its midpoint could also be less than the search key. In that case, we are looking for, and so if the middle value, the midpoint, is less than the key, then we are looking at the right half. So we have to adjust our range, and therefore we're using the midpoint. We add 1 and defining our range now again to the end index. And with that, we're looking for the next element from the midpoint to the end of our array. And then there is the last case that we need to check for. If the mid value is greater than the key, then we look at the left half. So we're using our range, change it to 0, from 0 to the midpoint. And since we're iterating through this whole process, as long as the start index is less than the end index, and we're exiting the loop by actually returning our midpoint, we're actually already done with this whole algorithm. And now let's see how it actually works and how what you've seen.
Wait, but how is it going to? The return can't be nil. It's going to be the same function again, right? Because every time it loops through, it's going to loop through everything, right? But if it's not, then it's going to return the range. So then here it's going to be binary search range search key. Is what it, okay, I see.
Theory actually looks like now with our algorithm in Swift. So I'm now looking for the last letter in our...
Sharp was streaming at like 5 a.m. like he always does. Said he was excited for the Jake Paul fight. I kept telling him Jake would KO him out to piss him off. When you say Sharp, who do you mean? Shannon Sharp? Who's Sharp? Ahmed Shannon Sharp? Did he coming home soon? You could always be his baby oil wholesaler. Oh my God, that's insane. Oh, I mean, It's just the basics. Jack Doherty, Neon and Fuzi, King Abzula, Speed met a witch in his chat, made him ditch her. People made videos on it because the satanic vibes. Oh shit, not the Hollywood satanic vibes. That's crazy.
And this would be the letter G, and it is at the index 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The other Sharp. The guy who has a scruffy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Adam the. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He says Sharp is a failed pimp from No Jumper, Adam 22. Yeah, I know. The one who has his hair slicked back. He looks a little Mexican-y. I just didn't remember his name was Sharp. You're right. Let's see if the Xcode finished downloading, installing there. Yeah, it did. I want to test this out. It's opening, it's opening, it's opening. My Xcode on this computer is not even set up, so there's going to be some stuff that needs to be done in order to set it up properly. Mac, iOS, yeah, that's all I need. Predictive code completion model, I guess I'll do that too. Boom, let's download this. Let's install this software. Oh, okay, it's downloaded. I was gonna say that was fucking fast as hell. So this is gonna take a little while to download. Taking up hella space on my computer, which is not what I want. That's why I don't like installing Xcode on my computer, is because it takes up so much fucking space. But we need it. I'll probably end up deleting Xcode once I get a job. Assuming it's a job that doesn't make me use my own fucking computer. That would be crazy though. Most of the time they give you all the supplies you need. So I'm basing it off of my previous job, that if I do get a job that's remote, I'm going to be able to use a computer that they provide me. We'll see about that though, right? Did it install everything? Is it done? Okay, they're still downloading. Okay, let that in download. Let's keep watching the video. Once it downloads everything, I'm going to try and do this algorithm, the binary search myself, and see if I can wing it.
Our linear search, if we perform it that way, and let's just run that right here, then we're getting the 6, the index 6. It's absolutely correct. But now we also want to figure out how many iterations we actually need with our binary search. But before we do that, let's just call binary search using the ABC array, and also use the search key G.
Not going to do anything.
And let's see if we get the same result, and we do. And now to actually have a look at the number of iterations, what I'd like to do is just define a iterations variable here on top of my function right before our while loop, and each time we iterate through our while loop, I'm going to increment the iterations variable here just like that, and then right before we exit the function, I'm going to call this print statement and use binary iterations and use string interpolation here with the iterations variable. And now when we run this again, we can see in the console below how many iterations it took to actually find our value. And here we have this huge difference. With the linear search, we needed 6 iterations, and with the binary search, just 2.
I'm confused.
Wonderful. We have such a great optimization here from our linear search to our...
How is he returning nil?
It's just great how much...
I gotta think this through, because I thought that he would have to do a recursion here, but I don't see any recursion being done. So you call the function, you've passed in the array, you've passed in the search term, you set the ranges, right? You create a range that goes from 0 to the end of the array. That's the range. Range start index is greater than range end index. You set the midpoint, right? The midpoint is going to be the middle of the array. So it's going to be the range start index. That's the beginning. Plus range end index minus range start index. Now the start index, each time you do this loop, is going to change, right? Because the range itself is changing. But why did he not? I don't know. He did this completely different from how I learned it. I was convinced that he was going to call this function again for the return. You know what the problem is? This while loop. I see. The while loop. If you do this as a recursion, you don't need to have a while loop. You remove this while loop, you leave the guts of it here. You add a if statement in the beginning that says if range start index is less than range end index, and then you call this down here again, and it will loop through both circles both times. But since he used a while loop, he did like a shortcut. I don't like that he used the range instead of just using the numbers themselves, because it's hard to understand exactly what he's doing. For example, in this portion here. This makes sense. This is just getting the end of the array and getting the start of the array. So if array midpoint is less than the search key, you can throw away the whole half of the beginning of the array, and then you can just start from the midpoint. So midpoint plus 1, you're going to start from the midpoint and you're going to end at the end index. That part makes sense. This part is easy. The part that's confusing me is when he did the math up here at the top. He says academics called him a failed pimp in an epic rant. If you had to work at an office for 50K, would you do it? No, fuck no. Are you out of your mind? That's a double fucking whammy. 50K is crazy, and working in the office is crazy, and working in the office for 50K is insane. Fuck no. That's crazy. Indie Dev James says, I want a job. That's crazy, bro. You guys, this is the problem with the people who are trying to get Indie Dev James. How are you a programmer? I feel like people that will settle for a low pay, they ruin it for everyone else, because if there's a guy who will do it for almost free, why would they pick a guy like me who doesn't want to do it for some ridiculous amount of money? He says, I live on egg toast, peanut butter, and Nutella. Like, they're not going to pick a guy like me if a guy like you will do it for free. New folder. Code. Practice. Okay, let's do a playground. Why did it start off with a SwiftUI layout? I don't want this. Did I do that the right way? This whole new Xcode is crazy. New. I thought I did playground, right? I did playground. I didn't do workspace. Playground. Did I? Maybe I didn't do a playground. Logos. Maybe I didn't do a playground. I might have opened up a workspace without realizing it. Yeah. Because this is definitely not what I was trying to do. It was one of these. Let me delete that too, so it doesn't take up more space on my freaking hard drive. Made a Swift package for some reason. Delete that. And then go to the downloads and delete these because I don't need them anymore either. Dump all this shit in the trash. Okay. Let's try to test out this sorting algorithm. So we're gonna do let this bigger. I don't have any of my settings on this computer either. Let's make it about this big. Let random array equal. Let's throw some numbers in here. Why is it like making up the numbers for me? What the fuck? These, hey, yo, they did some crazy shit in here, bro. It's like, what the fuck is going on, bro? What are they doing over there at Apple? Why is this like making the numbers for me? Okay, there. We'll just do that. It's like, what the hell? Random array dot sorted. It's like it's automatically predicting. I just need the normal sorted. It's automatically predicting what I'm gonna try and do. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. Yo, I'm gonna have no job in like another year, chat. If I get a job, we're gonna get fired because this AI shit is ridiculous, bro. The AI shit is ridiculous because like, what the fuck was that? Funk binary search. What the fuck? What the fuck? He says, wasting your time, to be honest. Did you just see that, Rob? What the fuck just happened, bro? What the fuck just happened? I'm over here typing this shit in, and it's like, no, we're just gonna do it for you. What the hell? And also, this should be optional, I think. And then we can do return nil if we wanted to. I mean, it just did it. It just did it. This did not work like this before. This did not work like this before, Rob. Before, you would have had to type all that stuff in. You'd have had to type all that stuff in, bro. Now, I'm going to go back and type it in because obviously when you're on the job interview, you're not going to have the program writing it for you, but this is crazy. That was ridiculous, dude. Is it running? It like automatically did everything for me. Is it building? I think it is. He says, shit like this makes me glad I have the job I have. I'm typing it in, Kanai. Did you see that? I was typing it in, and the IDE auto-generated the code before I could type it in. He said, the only job I got an interview for was a damn AI surveillance startup. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm fucked. He says they need to make black ChatGPT for DEI and you're cooked. Okay, so it made the algorithm, but let's just do it from scratch, chat. Let's just, and look, he did this algorithm, the AI did the algorithm different from what it did the algorithm different from what the example over here was, right? Let's see what it did different. So it said low and high. Low is 0. High is array.count -1, right? That's the full amount. So if the array has 20 items, it's going to be 20 minus 1. It's going to be 19. Then it said low, less than or equal to high, right? So while low is less than or equal to high, then it said let the mid equal the low plus high divided by 2. So what is that? That's going to be 0 plus, let's pretend this number is 4. That's going to be 4 here divided by 2, right? Then it did array mid equals target. The target is the key. Return mid. if array mid target okay, so then you want to see what I was talking about a moment ago? What I was saying a moment ago is right here. Right here. You could do an if statement like low less than equal to high this else return nil, right? You could do this. And then all of this guts that's in here, you could grab this stuff, get rid of it, get rid of this. This is how I was doing it in the past. Dump that into here, right? Dump that into here, get rid of this if statement. I don't know why it did that. Dump that into here. And then here it says return nil. You're going to do binary search. You're going to do okay, to do this way, you'd have to do something different though. You'd have to make a new array each time you loop through it, right? Because array mid greater than target is low plus mid. Yeah. To do this, you'd have to change the guts too. Oh, actually, no. What you would need to do is, okay, the way I did it was a combination of the two things. This here, where he has the new range, because he used a range index, right? So he has a starting index and an ending index. Here in array, I would just put the range. Every single time I'd loop in, I'd put the range. Which I think I can still do, right? I would think. I think here it would be array. This is going to be the same key, so this is going to be target again. I think inside of this array is going to be the new range. So array mid low equals mid plus 1. There is something missing here though. There is something missing here. Else if. What happens when it's not the top portion of the array? He said array mid is less than target, right? So he threw away that. He threw away the end. So he went from mid plus 1, low, mid plus 1. What happens when it's not? How's he throwing away the first half? How is it the AI throwing away the first half? I gotta go all the way back to the beginning. I gotta see what they originally had. Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. Well, let's just do this again. I don't understand in this loop. How does he get rid of the top half? If array mid equals target, return mid. Else if array mid is less than target, low equals mid plus 1. Right? How does he get the high? Shouldn't it also have another else here? Like else if array mid greater than target. And then in here, shouldn't it be high equals mid minus 1? And then in here, out here, this should just be return nil. And this should be optional. He says, look at all this time wasted. I would say this is what the algorithm should look like, right? Or am I mistaking here? Anybody know if I'm wrong? While low is less than or equal to high, while low is less than or equal to high. Damn, this just confused the shit out of me, chat. While low is less than or equal to high. But then here, they changed the low. Maybe when you do it with lows and highs, you don't need to add this extra logic. I gotta think through this. Low, you looped through the array, right? You're looking for the number. You're looking for the number. Let's make this a little bigger so we can see. You loop through the array. The array is assorted, right? I sorted the array from being unsorted to sorted. You're looking for the number 25, right? You go through the whole thing. Your low is going to be 0, right? Your low is 0. Your high is the count, which I don't know how many are in this. 1, 2, 3. Let me just put that in here. Random array dot count. Let's run it again. He says, how can you be mad at me? You don't know me. Like, I could be a schizophrenic person with 0 interpersonal skills. This could be the only thing I'm good at. Therefore, I would be willing to make sacrifices on pay where others wouldn't. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Did I run it? Is it running? Run it again. Why is it not showing me the count over here? It should show me the count in the... I need to print it? This is annoying. There. Why is it not doing anything? Failed to launch process. Simulator device failed to launch. Da, 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 da. Is it just not running? All I want to know is the fucking count, bro. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12. So this is going to be 0. This is going to be 11. Then it says if lows are greater than highs. So 0 is obviously less than 11. So then it's going to be 0 plus 11. That's going to be 11 divided by 2. That's going to be about 5.5 or 5. Mid. So then array mid. Array mid is going to be 5. It's going to break it in half, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 is less than the key. The key is 25. So then it's going to get rid of the first half of this array, and it's going to be only the second half of the array, right? Because array, yeah, mid plus 1. So it's going to be 20 up into here, right? So then it's going to loop through this again. The low is now 20. 20 is less than 25. Right? How is it getting... That doesn't make any sense. Because when it adds these together, low plus high, and divides them, these are the numbers. These are not the indexes. This might not even be right. Also, what happens if the value was in the beginning of the array? So let's say we were looking for value number 10. We know 0 is less than 11. So we're going to get the 11 divided by 2. Let's say it's 5. Right? It's going to split this array in half. Boom. It's going to split it in half. Is the half of that, is the half of it 12? No, it's going to be 20. So then array mid is greater than target. It's not. It's less than the target. So we're going to loop again without doing anything. That doesn't make any sense because the high is not getting set. The high is not getting set. Mid. Array mid equals target. It's not. Array mid is less than target. Low equals, okay, but if it's not, then nothing happens. This doesn't work. He says, FY, you'll get the index in the sorted array, not the original. If you need the original index, keep a mapping. Type while low, high should be high, lowercase. That won't compile. Minor, but compute mid as low plus high minus low divided by 2. Avoid rare overflows. Yeah, this code here that it's showing me, Rob, is not. It's not code that I wrote. It's the code that the AI that they built into the new Xcode wrote. But this is wrong. That's why I'm so confused. It's wrong. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. Because first of all, it doesn't take into consideration if the value you're searching for is in the first portion of the array. It's not splitting the array down the middle at all, right? It's looking for the midpoint. The midpoint, when you break this in half, if you're looking for 10, the midpoint when you break it in half is 20, right? So now it's going to say, okay, it's not that. If it loops through it again, since the high hasn't been set or changed, since the high hasn't been changed, it's going to loop through it again. It's going to do the same thing over and over again. This would be like an infinite loop. You do need this. Because now when it loops through it, it's going to reset. High, no, okay. And then the low is still going to be the first number, right? Because when we're setting the low here, what am I doing? Down here, I got a binary search, random array. If I put 100 here and run it, why is it failing to let's quit Xcode and open it again. I don't know why it's failing. I don't know why it was failing. Let's run it again. Let's see if it runs now. He says this was done in ChatGPT in 10 seconds. So yeah, this is wrong. See, 8 is the mid. 9 and 8. I do this. Again, processing. Why does it take so long? It's still spinning. I just want to see what it's going to say. Then I'm going to erase this and do it from scratch. Because I'm not trying to memorize this either. I hate Xcode, bro. I hate this fucking program. I have no idea why is it taking so goddamn long. This hat pins my ears. It hurts. My ears are pinned. Come on. I think it's an infant loop. That's why. Okay, let's delete all of this code. Let's write it from scratch. Let's write it ourselves because this is trash. This is trash code. That's why, like I said, like ChatGPT AI is trash sometimes. Here. So we take in the array, right? We want the start of the array. Var. Start. You can do start index like this. Var. End. No, I don't want anything regenerated. End equals that array end index -1, right? Then we're going to do if start is greater than end, right? And then we're going to do here, I'm going to show you how I would have done it before. Return binary search here. I'm trying to remember how you do this part here. I think that this is going to be target. This here is going to be array. And then start end. I think that's what you need to do here. But this is a range. I think what I would do here is every single time it looped, I made a new array. Which is, that's not the best way to do this either. I would do something like var new array. And then inside the new array, I would have done the new index, and then I would pass it into that binary function every single time. But I don't think that's a good way of doing it either. Let's not do it that way. And then here we can just return nil, I guess. Start and end. So this is gonna, I am gonna have to use a while then. While start less than or equal to end. And then in here, we're gonna do what do we need to do here? We got the start, we got the end, we need the midpoint. Let mid equal, I think this is supposed to be start plus, and it's going to be obviously what they have there, end minus start divided by 2, right? And then here, I don't want this, I don't want it to be telling me like what to do next. I'm trying to know this by memory. And it's just like telling me the answers every time I type it, which is annoying. If mid equals the target, return mid, right? Or should I return the index? The index is mid though, right? Else. Oh my God, I wish it wasn't telling me every single time I do this. If array mid is greater than target, else if array mid is, one's less, one's greater than target there. And then in here, if array mid, if the middle of the array is less than the target, then we need to go and make the start equal, yeah, mid plus 1, right? And then here, if array is greater than the target, so the middle is greater than the target, right? We need to make the end equals mid minus 1, mid minus 1. I think this is what we needed. Okay. Needs to be another bracket. There. This return nil doesn't go here. It goes inside the bracket, obviously. Boom. Okay, so now let's think this through. We have the start, we have the end, right? They're variables. Array start is going to be the first index. Array end is going to be the last index minus 1. We're going to loop through them. If the start is less than the end, then we're going to go and we're going to set the midpoint. If the midpoint is equal to the target, we return the midpoint. Otherwise, we do this logic here. Yo, Martin XCL, thank you for joining. So now let's try this and let's see what happens. So this is going to be binary search. It's going to be random array dot sorted. Obviously, I should have done that in here. I don't need to do it up here. Dot sorted. And then here, the target, let's say the target is 20. And now let's run it. It's still spinning. They used a range here. Wouldn't it be the same thing? And then here he did 0, da, da, da. He's using the range, but I don't think you need to do it. You don't need to use a range here at all. Why is it still spinning? I can't tell if it's still spinning because we're in an infinite loop and I fucked up. You know how we can tell though? Let's just add like a print statement here. Let's just do 2 of them. And if they're just printing and printing and printing, it means that we just went on forever. It's not. It only did it 2 times. Maybe. Do this. And let's do a print index. Let's run it again and see. Oh yeah, nothing is happening. It's not printing it. Why is it not printing it? Is it really just gonna loop forever? Is it looping forever? I can't tell. Why would I need to change the value of mid each? But I am though. I am changing the value of mid. Because if you change the start to mid +1, when you loop back through it, it's gonna be the new value for start. And then when you set the mid here, it should change it every single time, James. Shouldn't it? I changed the start point. So if I'm looking for the number 20, the mid of the first iteration is going to be what? 1, right? Well, it's not 1. It's going to be whatever the, I don't have it printed out here in order. Let's just do that so we can see the order properly. Okay, so here. So if I'm looking for the number 20, right? The first time we go through this cycle and we split this in half, and let's change this to a different number. Let's make it one that's harder to do. So let's just say we're looking for the number 10. Let's just go with 10. Okay. Stop it. And again. So we're looking for the number 10. When we grab the entire array, we're going to split it in half, right? We're going to split it in half, right? So it's going to split in half. Boom. The halfway point is 25. 25 is greater than 10, right? When we do the comparison. 25. So 25 is less than 10. No, it's not. 25 is greater than 10. So we're going to make the mid, the end point, the end point now is going to be mid minus 1. So that's going to be 20. So now the array is only this array. It's 1, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 20, right? So now when we do this logic here, the start is still the same. The start is still going to be 1, right? Array start index can be 1. But the end index when you're using indexes, do these need to be indexes too? Because the new mid, it's gonna be end is gonna be mid minus 1, right? So end is now gonna be 20, right? We're gonna do start, which is the index of 0, but these are not indexes though. These are the actual values. Fuck. Oh my god, dude. This is so simple but so confusing at the same time. I think the problem I have is that I'm mixing up two different things. I'm mixing up ranges and I'm mixing up the actual values we're searching for. I mean, I think that's weird, baby. Because first of all, where is this place? I mean, you can do it if you want, but I mean, yeah, you can do it, Mo. Here, I think I see what the problem is. Right here, this mid, it should be array mid there. I think now it is right. Array at mid equals target. And then array mid, and then it's going to change. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah. And then 10 was 4, and that's the index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This value it's returned should be mid minus 1, I think. Mid minus 1 because I'm trying to find the index. 3. But the problem is that I'm an idiot and I'm mixing two different concepts. That's the problem. So you in the example that the autocomplete wanted to do, it was just using the values straight up, right? In his example here, he's using indexes and ranges. But I tried to combine both things. You can't mix the two things together. You cannot mix the two things together. That's what the problem is. So binary search. You got your start point, which is the first position in the array. You got your end point, which is the last position in the array, right? And these are the indexes. This is not the count. These are indexes. So these are the indexes. It's the position in the array, right? But sometimes some people, when they do this binary search, instead of them using indexes, they use the actual values. I'm not using the values. I'm using the indexes because I'm using a built-in function, right? So I got the starting index. I got the end index. Then I check this while the start is less than or equal to end, which means while this value, the position, is less than the end, we're going to keep cycling through this, right? So then I calculate the mid, which is the new mid position. That's going to be the start end minus start. This is the delta here divided by 2. So you could have just done this with this alone, which is fine as well. Or you could have even just grabbed the count and divided it by 2. But this is the safest way to do it, right? You got the start plus end minus start. So you're grabbing the end minus the start, subtracting them, divided by 2. Then we do the actual the conditional here, the logic. You got the array. You grab the mid because these are not values. These are the indexes. So you need to use the index to find the position in the array that you're searching for. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. It says, time to get the CDL. You've been stuck on this for so long. Yeah, James, because this is the first time I've looked at this in like fucking 5 years, dude. I'm trying to think through the logic. Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm trying to think through the logic. God damn it. So then array mid equals target. Then we return mid minus a target, which is going to give us the index, right? It's going to give us the position in the array. So we were looking for the value of 10, right? The value of 10. The value of 10 when this is sorted, it's at rank, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it was right the first time. We don't need this. Your boy Scott is dumb as hell. We don't need this because it already is subtracting it from the end index when we did it. We did the subtraction up here. Okay. And then here, if the midpoint is less than the target, we grab the end of the array, we switch the start spot, and here we do the opposite. We don't need these looping functions anymore. And then here we return nil. And then here we just grab the index and we ran it again. There. He says, you didn't change start or end. What do you mean? I did change the start and the end. Right here, dude. We're changing it right here. It's a recursion, James. Every single time it loops, it changes the value of the start and the end. So if I change this to 99 and I run it again, now the position is 9. If you look over here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 99. 99. It is 9. Every time it loops through here, it's going to change the value. So when it looped through the first time and it searched for 99, it looked at the complete array. It saw that the midpoint for this array is going to be what? 20, right? Because there's how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, the midpoint is 25, I think. Right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side. I'm stupid. It is 20. It is 20, right? There's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the midpoint is actually 15. 6 and 6, yes. I'm dumb. I'm actually a dumb person here, chat. So the midpoint is 15. So when it broke the array in half to search for 99, it saw that the midpoint is 15, but it's not looking at these values. It's looking at the indexes because they're already sorted. The numbers are already in a row in the right order. So it looked at the midpoint. It said the array value at midpoint, which is going to be whatever the middle of the array is equal to target. It's not equal to target. So then what is it? The array midpoint is less than the target. The target was 99, so it is less than the target. So then the new start is 20. So now all of these numbers here are thrown away. 1, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15 are thrown away. And all we have left is 20, 25, 19, 99, 100, 24, 248, 103. Because, and you know what I can do here? Let's see, how can I do this? I wanted to say I could print out the array again, just to show you guys what is happening here. But in order to print out the array again, there needs to be more logic added to this. I think I know how to do it though. Var new array. So you guys can see what's happening behind the scenes. I think that's not right, but I can change it. This is going to be mid plus one end, right? The start. It's going to be start, not including end, I think. And then I think I can just print new array. And then in the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing, but the other way around. You guys can see what the array looks like every time it loops through it. So then here it's going to be the same. This is the same thing. Because the start's not changing, but the end is changing. I think this is going to be the same. So let's run it again so you guys can see what happens. So now do you see what happened here? So when it looped through, it's looking for 99. It only did one loop. Remember, it's only doing one loop because 99 is in the center the second time it breaks it open. Maybe if we add one more number, it will do 2 loops. Let's do that. Let's add just like another number. Damn, 99 is still in the center. Let's add another number. I don't know. 11. I'm trying to get it to do 2 loops. Why is this just the perfect? I don't understand why 99 is always in the middle. You see how it's already in the middle? What I'm trying to do is have this to do 2 loops. So you guys can see it printed out 2 times. But every single time it does it, it always does it 1 time. Let's just try 248. Let's change the number. Okay, there. This is what we needed. Here. It's 99 was just it was just a perfect number to use. That's what was breaking up. So now you can see what happens. Every time we cycled through this 3 times, right? The first time it broke the array in half, it had these values: 20, 25, 55, 99, 100, 144, 248, right? That was the remaining array. But then 248 was still not in the center because 248 was at the very end of the array, right? So then it had to break it again. It broke it again. It removed the first half because the midpoint was less than 248. It only left 100, 144, and 248, right? But the problem is that 248 was the last number in the sequence, so it had to break it in half again. When it broke it in half again, 144 was less than 248, so it only left one remaining value, and that remaining value was the value we were searching for. So it was 14 was the index. If you count the positions, of these items, you'll see that position 14 in the array is the position that we're searching for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Indexes, arrays always start at 0, so 15 minus 1 is 14. That's where we get this value 14 from. Does that make sense? He says, I got it. My bad. I was trying to figure out why it was looping. The only thing, James, is when I learned how to do this, I did not learn how to do it this way. I learned how to do it by having no while statement and then having the binary search algorithm call itself as a recursion. But this way I think it's probably a cleaner way. The only thing you got to remember is that when you do the start and the end, you need to remember that you're using the indexes, not the values. We're not using the values. This algorithm does not know what the values in the array are. All it knows is the indexes. The only time you check the values for the position is for the mid with this logic here. And that's where I was getting messed up because I was mixing the two things together at first. I was checking the mid against the target. The mid against the target is never going to be anything because this value here for the mid is the index. It's not the value. They're not the values. He says, why are you doing index -1 array and index -1? Because this end index, that's a good question. Do I need to do that? The array past the end position. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You need to do it because this end index is not going to be the actual index. It is count. It's the count, right? Past the end position. That is the position 1 greater than the least value subscript argument. So yeah. You need to subtract 1 to get the actual index. He says, when you need a range that includes the last element of an array, use the half open range operator with an index. So here, numbers, first index of 30, 0, 1, 2. It should be 2. Print numbers. It starts at 0. It starts at 0. But I think the end index starts at 1. I think it's just a normal count. I could be mistaken. 15. Let's see. Maybe. What happens if I remove this? It gave me the same value. You might be right. Because count is 16. Now it's saying it's 16. Because there's 16 items here, but we don't want it to start at 16. We want it to start at 0. Damn, can't remember. Let's check ChatGPT. Okay. I give up, guys. Let's just check ChatGPT. Let's just check ChatGPT. Okay. Oh my God, bro. I get. He says in Swift, dot index does not start at 0 or 1. It actually represents one position past the last valid index. Okay, so it is. It is a +1. It is. One position past the last valid index. So yeah. You can't do this. It has to be the -1. It has to be -1. Because if there are, because when you search the index, like if we try to do array, okay, I got an idea. I'll show you why. Because if I go in here, it's gonna throw an error, right? Watch. Let's make it crash. Let's break it. Let's make it break. Let's make it break. Here, if you do print array at end right now, right? If you do stop it. If you do print array at end right now, it should give me the value 1030, I think, right? Let's run it. It doesn't. I'm wrong. Here. Now it should give me the right. No, it crashed. It crashed. Did it? I didn't notice. Let me run it again. Oh my God. I'm over here confusing myself, man. Did it? Oh, it did. It did. Oh, I'm stupid. It did run it. Okay. I was right the first time. I'm an idiot. Chat, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. If I'm getting stuck on a simple binary search algorithm, I'm so cooked. I got so much studying to do. I've got so much studying to do to remember how this shit works. But I was right. So this is a 1+. So you see how it crashed when we tried to do, when we tried to remove the -1, because there is no index that has this value in that array. You've overflowed the array. Does that make sense? Oh my God, I feel like an idiot, chat. This is actually making me feel, this is a lesson in humility. It's a lesson in humility because I'm just like, what the fuck am I even trying to figure out here? So should we delete this whole thing and start over again? By the way, this is the second easiest algorithm. Just for the record. He says, it's fine, dude. It takes a minute to start thinking clearly after coming back to something like this. I'm over here. I feel like I'm floundering, bro. Damn. You know, it's my own fault, though, chat. It's my own fault. When I had my job, I should have been locked in and just continued studying and never taken a break from like learning how to do this kind of shit, because now this is the second easiest algorithm. The first one is linked lists. Then you got binary search. Then you got merge sort. Then you got bubble sort. Then you get the binary trees. And then you get some other shit that's extremely complicated. And I'm over here struggling with the fucking... binary search. I'm literally struggling with binary search. Jesus Christ. I feel like I should maybe delete everything and just do it one more time from scratch, right off the cuff. But the thing is, it's not like you shouldn't be trying to memorize this at all. Doing the algorithms, doing this part is not about memorization at all. It's not about memorization. It's about understanding what you're trying to accomplish, right? And then being able to code what you envisioned. And the takeaway of this is that if you're searching for a number, you split the array in half. You find the number. If it's not there, you split it in half again. You continue splitting it until you find the number. That's the takeaway. He says CDL or fruit stand sounds like a good fit for you. Oh, yo. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown and you guys are like over here laughing and joking it up. First of all, I have almost no sleep. I'm so tired. And second of all, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He says pythons. No Python, bro. Fuck that Python shit. Okay, well, at least we got one. Let me save this. So let's quit. Or let's close this. And let's save this one as binary search. Binary search. He says Amazon about to fire 600 people because of AI and robots. The more you guys talk, the more I wonder to myself, why am I trying to learn this again? Also, what did he do here? He did this completely different range. Is this easier? The way he did it, is this easier? He got the range, which is the scope of the array, right? He did range start index, range end index. He got the midpoint. The midpoint was just the start index, end minus start divided by 2. Then he grabbed the array, got the midpoint, search key. It's not the search key. Then he changed the range from midpoint plus 1. I don't know if this is easier or harder this way. I actually don't know if it's easier or harder this way. In all 3 searches, you need to check the midpoint, right? To see if it's equal to the value within the array. No, I think the way I did it was easier. Start and end, because it's easier to understand. When using this range key, it's harder for you to like memorize it, right? It's harder for you to memorize it because now you're dealing with the entire scope of the array. Whereas if you just have start and end, it's easy to remember, okay, I need to change the start. If the end is higher than the mid, I need to change the end. If the other one, I think it's easier the way I did it. He says, trying to set up Nextcloud on my server, the same. He says, everyone has 6 months till they implement UBI. UBI is going to keep you poor forever, Dragonite. It doesn't matter if it's livable. It's going to keep you poor forever. I don't want to be poor forever, bro. I'm trying to make real money. I can't settle for UBI. So my real question here is, should I take the whole day to just focus on binary search, and then tomorrow take the whole day to focus on merge sort, and then the day after that take the whole day to focus on the binary tree, and just take it one day at a time with each topic? What do you guys think? I mean, that's simple. That's the crazy thing is that's fucking simple. Let me go grab my data structures and algorithms book. I feel cooked. I'm not even gonna lie. Two hours on one. I'm retarded. What the fuck did you just say? I did it. Over here struggling to survive, and you're over here like, oh yeah, you might be a little retarded. Thanks, mom. Okay, so this is the book I need to. This is the book I need to go through and really like focus on. Damn. The craziest thing is I did go through this book already. I'm gonna go through it again. I'm gonna have to go through it again, chat. Because that's the only way you're gonna get a fucking job. What really is annoying is when you learn something, if you don't use it for a long time, you forget how to use it, right? And the problem I have is like, who uses this shit on a day-to-day? Nobody. When you're a programmer, you never use those data structures and algorithms, because you want to know why you don't use the data structures and algorithms? I can show you why. It's because they already are. There's already data structures and algorithms built into the fucking language. So I don't need to write the shit from scratch if it already exists. For example, if I go var found at index, and then I do, what's the name of the array? Random array. First, where I can do dot equals that, right? 248. If I do this, I'm pretty sure that this will give me the same answer. Let's see. Is it working? It's spinning. Oh, I gotta print out the index. Give me a second. Print. There. That. Let's do that again. I'm pretty sure it's gonna give me the same value. It's working? Let's see. I don't know why this takes so long. I have a state-of-the-art computer. I can't tell if it's searching or... There's something I need to do here. Okay, let's try it. Let's run it one more time. Okay, so this print is not, this is returning the, what does this return? I thought this returned the index, but I guess it doesn't. Returns first element of a sequence that satisfies the given predicament. Okay, I don't want to do that. There's a different function then. It's probably first index of, yeah, this one is it. And then this, boom, boom, dot equals that 248. Okay, so this should return the same value. It should just return 14. There it is, 14. So why would you write all of this? Like if you were working in a company and you needed to find the index of a value in an array of items, like let's say there's a bunch of names, right? You're working on a social media and it has a bunch of users and you're trying to find a user that has a certain name or a certain key. Why would you write an algorithm like this from scratch to do that when you could literally just do this and you get the same result? And this first index, what is this? First index complexity. Okay, so I see. It's a little bit inefficient. It's in big O notation, it's O of n, which means that it's going through the entire array, looping through it. It's not breaking it in half. But like, who the fuck cares, bro? The computers are so fast and so powerful, it doesn't even matter. So I guess, honestly, if you wanted a more efficient algorithm, I guess you could do the binary search, but it doesn't really matter. Either way, this binary search needed to be sorted. So in order to sort this efficiently, this sorting algorithm that we used, Okay, so this is n log n. So it is logarithmic. There has to be a built-in index searcher that is not O of n. There has to be. There's no way. First index. How else would you be able to find this in an easier way? What is map? Let me see something. Is map logarithmic or is map also linear? Oh yeah, come on. Let's just do that. I don't want to do anything else, bro. Map is, it doesn't have its complexity, but it's probably just linear as well. And then this changed it to an array, obviously, because map is returning back the array. Okay, I kind of see the purpose a little bit, because obviously, but at work nobody cares. He says, I don't know about Swift though. At work nobody cares because yes, it's linear, but the devices are working they're so powerful it doesn't matter. Merge sort is the other algorithm. He says Swift for algorithms. Binary search tree. Yeah, not the binary search tree.
What's going on, guys? Stefan.
This is where it starts to get more complicated. These binary search trees. I know how to do this too, but I haven't done it in such a long time. We're not up to this yet, chat. What we need to do is link lists. He says, I haven't programmed in so long, just bah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Do you have a job right now, Indie Dev James? Swift link list. So the first level is linked lists. Linked lists are easy to do, but I don't remember how to do it either. I gotta do some experimenting. But we got linked lists. Then we have the binary search. Then we have the merge sort. Then we have those stupid ass trees. And when we get to the trees, that's where I always get like a headache. Anyways. Let me go to LinkedIn really quick. Let me see if I got any new messages. How long have we even been live? We've been live for 2 hours. I'm tired though, chat. Today is not another wasted day. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to put in the fucking time for real. Because you can't get a job if you're half-assing it. Whoa. What the fuck? So one of my buddies who's a YouTuber, Larry, what's his name? Larry Simiu. He's a YouTuber, by the way, big YouTuber. I just got an alert on my LinkedIn. He says, one connection. This job is hiring software engineer, New York metropolitan area, 500 to 900,000 a year. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. 4 hours ago, there's already 58 applicants. We are working with a high-performance global trading and technology firm seeking a software engineer to join their engineering team in New York. Key responsibilities: design and deploy software that supports trading activities and business functions. Collaborate with business stakeholders to define priorities and deliver custom technology solutions. Analyze complexity, business, and technical problems and take proactive, self-directed action to solve them. Provide timely system support for live trading production environments. Oh, what? This is out of my scope, bro. This is out of my experience with C++. I don't have experience with C++. SQL. and similar technologies. I don't even know what KDB is. Familiar with machine learning statistical methods, experience with trading systems, deep proficiency in Python and strong passion for software development, professional exposure to distributed systems, good knowledge of software development life cycles, SDLC methodologies, excellent communication and interpersonal skills, minimum bachelor's degree in computer science or related field. Damn, bro. The job is starting at 500,000, well, almost $1 million, 900,000 a year. It's crazy. That is fucking bonkers. But the thing is that this is not iOS, and also this is in finance. So obviously, finance jobs are gonna pay way, 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 way more. He says that doesn't seem too crazy for real. I mean, for a finance company, I say I guess you're right, because they're probably making bazillion dollars a day. It's for a trading platform, obviously live trading. But I mean, shit, $500,000. That's a lot, bro. That's a fucking shit ton. That's a fucking shit ton. Jesus Christ. This guy, Larry, how do I click on his profile? Can I not just click on his fucking profile? This guy. This guy's a YouTuber too. I mean, he's been working at this company for 3 years. I should message him. He only has 5 endorsements. 5 endorsements. He doesn't even have that many endorsements. Guys, I have like over 100 endorsements, just for the record. Like, this guy only has like 2 recommendations. Jesus. His skills. Let's see his skills. 5, 5, 1. None, 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 none. That's crazy. Let me pull up my profile and I'll show you guys. I just don't want to give out all my information. Let me pull up my profile and I will show you guys my profile so you can see how many endorsements I have. My shit is bonkers. First of all, in my recommendations, I have 9 other recommendations from people that worked at Apple, that I worked with, people that worked at Google, ex-Google senior technical program manager. I got like a whole bunch of them, bro. Like, I got so many. And my skills are crazy. My endorsements for skills are crazy. Chat. Crazy. I have, forget what, 12 endorsements, 12 endorsements, 12 endorsements, 2, 5, 7, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Like, every single one of my thingamabobbers have endorsements on them. Like, my profile is OP. My profile is OP. Look at this shit. 4, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. My shit is, I don't understand. Like, anybody who's looking for an employee from LinkedIn, if they land on my fucking profile, my profile is OP. My profile is OP. Let me message this Larry kid and see if he can get me a job where he works. Because when he was looking for a job, I used to follow him on YouTube. That's how I found him. He has a YouTube channel about programming and shit. He has a lot of followers too. Hey, man. I guess it's my turn to do this. I got laid off a week ago. Please, 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 please let me know if you know of any job opportunities. including where you currently work. Attached is my CV. Because we go back and forth, chat. First, I found this guy's YouTube channel, right? I had messaged him for some, I don't know how I was able to get him to notice my message. And he gave me some advice. And then I found my job, right? I found my job. And then he had a job at the time. He quit his job or he got fired. I can't remember what happened. And then he messaged me about, oh man, I got let go. Can you help me find my job? So I got him an interview at the company where I worked at, but he didn't pass the interview, I guess. Or I don't know. He just wasn't a good fit, maybe. So he didn't get the job there. So now it's my turn to ask him for help again. And we're just going to keep going back and forth, asking each other for help. Rob says, definitely not a scam. 500K is light work. Surprised companies still use it. Use what, LinkedIn? My brother was telling me not to use LinkedIn. He was saying that I should be using an AI tool to apply for 1,000 jobs a day. Automatically. I don't know, chat. I'm old school. I mean, I might do that if I can figure out how to do it, but I'm a fucking unk. Unfortunately. I'm afraid of AI, chat. I'm literally afraid of AI. Anyways, we've been on for like 2 hours. At least I got something done today. We did the binary search. I just got to practice it a few more times until I got it pat, and then I got to go and leak code and do some of those tests for it. Let's apply to some jobs before we end the session, right? So let's see what jobs are showing up today. Mobile engineer iOS. This was posted 21 hours ago. There's already 70 applicants. $150,000 to $180,000 a year. Damn, they want you to know Java, JavaScript, React, TypeScript, Python, and Progress. I don't know any of these. A brief highlight of our tech stack. Are they just telling us the other things they do, or are they asking us to know this? I have 3 years of software development experience in Swift. Okay, I'm going to apply to this one. I'm going to apply to this one. He says, surprise company. He says, should apply on company website more than this. I hate applying on the company websites, Kanai, because on the company websites, you have to make an account a lot of the times. I hate making the stupid ass like fucking account. He says, role headquarters. This role is based out of the headquarters in NYC and have a 5-day in-office expectation. Are you comfortable with this schedule? Fuck, I'm gonna have to say yes, even though I don't want to do it. Are you authorized to work in the United States? Yes. Will you require clear? No, I will not. My LinkedIn profile. Where's my URL? Let's go grab the URL for the profile. This is so irritating, chat. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can find this fucking URL in here. I have it saved in my notes. Open my notepad here. Let's see. Low key, I'm kind of stressed out. This shit is actually stressing me out a little bit. Copy. Boom. Drop this. Okay, let's go back over here. LinkedIn profile. Boom. Website. I do have a website with my all my stuff and my projects. Luckily, I made that website a long ass time ago, and it's still up. I have not had to tweak it or do anything to it. And that website makes me OP. It makes me OP as fuck. When you have a website with your projects and shit, a website you built from scratch, it makes you OP as fuck. Okay, man. These are annoying. These are always really annoying. Man. Black, Hispanic. Do you identify as transgender? No. Do I have a disability? No. Am I a veteran? No. So annoying with these stupid ass questions. Review, boom, boom, boom. I do not want to follow you back. Submit application. Okay, let's go to the next one. Annoying as fuck, dude. Senior iOS engineer banking. This was reposted 3 hours ago. Over 100 applicants. Where is this based out of? This is Square. You know, I think I already applied to this before, but I might apply again. He says, fuck with those 3. Those were the 3 most boosted. He says, see, that shit is normal. What's your old ass doing? Gray, I don't even know, bro. Why am I trying to do this, man? Maybe I should just fucking find a completely different industry to go into. Think Senior iOS engineer, customer experience. This was Seattle, Washington. Seattle, fucking Washington. Our stack. 111 applicants, 4 applicants in the past day. Should I apply to this one? Seattle, Washington. This is not remote. He says, you're every minority that existed when you were applying. Yo, I'm gonna start putting transgender in that shit to see what happens. Babe, I'm gonna have to fill out my application with the word I'm a transgender now. Because they're asking if you're transgender and shit. I don't know if that gives you a leg up. If it gives you a leg up, hey, yo, I'll be whatever it takes. I'll be whatever it takes, chat. Billy said not to do that. I'll do whatever it takes. If I need to be a transgender, I guess I'll be transgender. He says, I did that one time and got into rehab within hours after they told me I had to wait 6 months. He says, Square is a great company. I feel like I already applied to that Square position like a day ago, though. You know what's crazy? What's crazy if I really do put transgender and they call me and I get the job and shit? Then I gotta pretend. I'm gonna have to buy a skirt. Dad, I'm gonna have to buy a skirt. Jesus Christ, your boy's gonna be pulling up to work in the skirt is crazy. Let's see what this fucking this stupid Seattle, Washington job is. Yada yada yada. City. Boom. He says, nah, you're just not fully comfortable with it yet. Wait, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? Comfortable with what? Basic, cover my nipples. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, what the fuck? My nipples? Not my nipples. Are you willing and able to commute 4 days a week to our Seattle office? Oh my God. Are you currently authorized to work in the United States? Yes. If offered employment, can you submit verification of legal? Yes. No, I don't need a visa. Have you ever worked at Metro? No, I haven't. No. Damn, dude. This shit is crazy, man. Boom, boom. There we go. This process of applying to jobs is annoying as fuck. You know what else? Let me find the recruiting firm that hired me, because the first job I got, it wasn't because I applied directly. I applied at a hiring firm. It was a hiring firm. So let me see if the hiring firm still exists. Maybe I can reach out to them and they can hook me up with another job, because that's how I got my first job, right? It was through a hiring firm first. Let's see. I'm just going through all my old messages. This is crazy, bro. The problem is I don't remember even the name of the company, or it was like Mobus, I think. The name of the company, the name of the guy I spoke with that got me set up. Because that's what you want to do. If you can get a hiring firm to promote you, but the problem is the hiring firm, I think, takes a cut of your check too. He says, nah, Spectrum. He says, with your status. Let's see if I can find this. George Hotz. Yo, I have a conversation with George fucking Hotz, chat. Geo Hotz, if anybody knows who he is. If you know, you know. George Hotz. No. Let's see here. I got hired somewhere, moving to PA soon. I got so many conversations with other brokies. When I was looking for my job, chat, I was like the most networking guy on the fucking LinkedIn platform. And then I got the job and I said, deuces, niggas. Catch y'all later. And I didn't talk to any of these people for like 5 or 6 years. So now I feel bad if I start messaging people in this list, I'm gonna feel so fucking bad. Because I was just like, oh, okay, deuces. Danny Choi. Who's Danny Choi? He's a talent acquisition manager at some stupid company. I'm just scrolling through my messages. I'm trying to find the company, the guy who contacted me from the company that got me the job I had. Fernando Moya de Rivas. Who is this guy? I think this is a blogger. Damn, bro. The problem is the person was probably an individual person. I might have to go through all of these messages to find them. Because I don't think it's going to have the name of the company in it. No. That's going to be expensive too, though, baby. How long have you had that? When did you get that? Really? So you just been paying for that for no reason? I'm about to cancel that in a sec. Now I'm all right. Yeah, I'm positive. Nope. Mobis Tech hiring. No, I'm okay, my love. I'm okay. How do they spell it? That company might not even exist anymore. I think it's MOBIS. No. Damn, chat. The worst part is the email address that I was using when I got my job originally. That email address, I no longer have access to it, so I can't even go back and find the original email. I thought the company's name was Mobis. It might be MUBIS. Mobis Tech Headhunters. MBI Talent Group. No. He said you should host your own email service. I mean, I had a private email with my own domain and everything, but I stopped paying for it. That's what basically happened. Mobis. Modis. Maybe it's Modis. Maybe it's Modis. I think it's Modis. MODIS. Let's see. MODIS. Yes, it's Modis. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I follow them. Who do I know from this company? This is the company. This is the company that got me my first tech job, Modis. Engineering a smarter future. But who do I know here? Because I don't have any message directly to them, to this account. It was somebody who worked here. People. People you may know. Maybe it's this one. Because I connect message. Maybe it's this one. Tina Doofer. No. I'll reach out to her anyway. I'll reach out to a few of these people. It's not her though. I'm just trying to find the person who recruited me the first time. Damn, this looks like a... You can't even tell They live in, a lot of them live in the United States. I'll just message this lady. And hopefully she knows what I'm talking about. I can get the same person that got me the first job. They should probably have all my information, and then maybe they can get me another job. Because I'll just be like, yo, you guys were the headhunters that got me the job I had before. Can I find the roles? Jobs. Let's see. I don't think I even applied Java developer, Java. Maybe I did apply directly on their website. I don't remember, man. Design engineer, application production support, data analyst. They have no iOS jobs. iOS developer. He says they all got replaced by AI. Ay, 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 bro. This is not. No. Maybe I can just message a random headhunter that works here. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at. This is the company I'm looking for. But they don't have any iOS openings. One employee, this, there's no way this lady works in Deltona. So all people highlights. I just need, and I guess I could just message the company directly, but this is a website. Go to their website really quick. Engineering smarter together. Accept all. Consulting. Solutions. Oh, this is just a talent. This is just a headhunter company, by the way. I guess I can do that too. That's what I was trying to say. The job I had, the one I got let go from, I got that job through this company. Somebody from this company reached out to me and they said, oh, I have a role that we're looking for. We're trying to fill a position for this other company, a larger company. And then he interviewed me. And then I passed his interview. And then he passed me over to somebody at that other company. And then they interviewed me and did like 3 other interviews. And then I got the job. But it was through this company. The problem is that I had a different email. All my information was different. So I don't even have the contact information of the person who got me the job. I do have a contact information for somebody from Facebook though, but I don't want to fuck with them. Let me just look for talent. Talent solutions, managing director at Mobis. Christina Murray and Elliot are mutual connections. Elliot Rodriguez. Maybe it was Elliot Rodriguez, because why is he showing up there like a mutual connection? Elliot Rodriguez. Sales, consulting, leadership, training, and entrepreneurship. No, these are just people that live in my city. That's why they're showing up. Managing director. Let me just message him. Fuck it. Let me just message him and see what he says. See if he answers. What am I going to say to him? His name is Kyle. Let me start with something more casual. about 6 years ago, I was contacted by a talent, I can't say headhunter. Headhunter is too unprofessional. By a talent acquisition agent from your company. Who managed to secure a job for me with at the time, I opted to be a direct employee of that company instead of a contractor through Modis. Unfortunately, after 6 years of employment there, my entire team was laid off. I was wondering if you can point me to the right person at Modis for any new possible opportunities. Thanks. Okay. Greetings, Kyle. About 6 years ago, I was contacted by a talent acquisition agent from your company who managed to secure a job for me with another company. At the time, I opted to be a direct employee of that company instead of a contractor through Modis. Unfortunately, after 6 years of employment there, unfortunately, after 6 years of employment there, my entire team was laid off. I was wondering if you can point me in, not to, point me in the right, oh, I see. Point me to the right person. Point me to the right person at Modis in capital, for any new possible opportunities for iOS developers. Okay. Let me read that again. Greetings, Kyle. After 6 years, about 6 years ago, I was contacted by a talent acquisition agent from your company who managed to secure a job for me, a role. Let's change that from job to role. A role for me with XXXX. At the time, I opted, I was giving the, should I change it? At the time, I opted to be a direct employee of that company instead of contracted through Modis when asked by my Modis point of contact, whom I no longer recall name. Okay. Greetings, Kyle. After about 6 years ago, about 6 years ago, I was contacted by a talent acquisition agent from your company who managed to secure a role for me with XXX company. At the time, I opted to be a direct employee of that company instead of a contractor through Modis when asked by my Modis point of contact, whom I no longer recall his name. Recalls is not apostrophe S. Recalls name. Unfortunately, after 6 years of employment there, my entire team was laid off. I was wondering if you can point me to the right person at Modis for any new possible opportunities for iOS developers. Thanks. Okay. This message I'm copy pasting. I'm sending it to him. But I'm also going to go back to the Modus website and send that message to like 5 other people that work there. He says, wait, gotta make it sound better. I should have just thrown it into ChatGPT, right? I should have thrown it into ChatGPT and said, ChatGPT, spice this up from. In fact, let's just do that. Just let me stop being an onk. Let me stop being an onk, chat. Let me stop being an onk. ChatGPT. Make this more professional and alluring to possible hirers. I hate the world we live in, chat. I hate the world we live in. He says, fuck ChatGPT. Gotta run your own model with Olama. Evil Corp. I'm screwed, bro. I don't know what it's like I went to sleep and I woke up and everything has changed. Everything in this whole freaking world is different all of a sudden. Everything in the world is different. Okay, so this guy, let's see who else. National Talent Sorcerer at Modus. I'll message her. Also, I didn't even read what ChatGPT wrote. Let me see what ChatGPT did. I hope you're doing well. About 6 years ago, I was contacted by a Modus talent acquisition specialist who helped me secure a position with XXXX company. At that time, I chose to join XXXX company as a direct employee rather than continuing as a Modus contractor. After 6 great years with the company, my team was recently impacted by a layoff. I wanted to reach out and see if you might be able to connect me with the appropriate recruiter or contact at Modus, known as AKKODIS, regarding any current or upcoming iOS development opportunities. I've gained extensive experience in SwiftUI and mobile app development over the past several years, and would love to explore how I can contribute to one of your clients' projects again. Thank you for your time and assistance. I really appreciate it. Best regards. Oh my God, bro. I'm so incompetent, chat. I am so incompetent. ChatGPT is kicking my ass. I am so fucking incompetent. When I read that, it's like, damn, bro. Damn, chat. They got us got. I'm got. I am got. Who else? National Talent Source. There's so many of them. I think they're all recruiters. Recruiting manager at maybe this guy. IT talent source at Modus. This guy. I can't see now. Let's get these ones out of the way. I'm just copy pasting the same message to all these fools. iOS developers needed. I don't know what title to give. I'm just giving it different titles for each one. Quick question about relinking with Modus. Senior IT Resource Development Manager, talent to acquisition specialist, resource development, LinkedIn member. I don't know who this one is. There's no profile picture. Resource development manager at Modus. I think a resource development manager is the same thing as a fucking talent acquisition specialist. These names, these roles are so bullshit. Recruiter with Modus. I wish I could find my, I don't want to connect with this chick. I want to send her a message. I wish I could find the fucking guy who got me the original job. That would solve all my problems. Senior resource developer. This black lady lives in Tampa. Because she showed up earlier. Let me just message her too. I'm dirty, chat. This is dirty. This is dirty. I used Modus in the past. And I'm back. This is dirty. I just messaged 7 people from that company. Rob says, I warned you, it's coming for your job. Now you're using it to get a job. Cycle continues. Oh my God. You don't have, I'm stressed. Today has stressed me out, chat. Today has officially stressed me out. And what did I do? I did binary searches and I did binary searches and I messaged like 7 people. That's all I've done today. I haven't done shit. I haven't made no videos. I've not done anything of significance today that merits me being this tired or exhausted. I'm literally just getting an anxiety attack by doing this job search shit. I'm not even, I wish I was lying to you guys, man. I wish I was making this shit up, but it's really getting to me. It's really actually getting to me. Sitting here, filling out these stupid ass applications, getting a bunch of random emails back from companies talking about, oh, we found unfortunately, we're going to have to go with a different candidate. Like, what do you mean a different candidate? Did you not look at my fucking resume? Did you not look at my LinkedIn profile and look at all the endorsements, all the messages I have from other people, directors of engineering and a bunch of other companies? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I might not remember all the stuff right now, but I'm a damn good programmer. I'll give you that. You can ask anybody I've worked with. This is so fucking, it's so frustrating, chat. It's so frustrating. You guys have no idea how frustrating this is. The most I can do though is keep my head up, right? If I start getting lazy this week, so far, so many things have happened that it kind of got me in like a lazy mood. But if I start getting lazy for real, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. That's why I need to, whether I want to do this right now or not, I still need to do it because I cannot sit back and relax and let go and just go with the flow and be like, oh, well, I got plenty of time. Because that plenty of time shit, that shit runs out, man. That plenty of time shit runs out. And before you know it, you're like, damn, I spent all the money I got from my severance. Now what? Now what do I do? Now what do I do? And I'm not going to find myself in that fucking situation. I'm telling you that right now. I got to lock in. I talked to the guy who had the job at the fast food restaurant corporate office. And I asked him how long it took him to find his job there. He said it took him 3 months. 3 months. Speaking of that job, I need to go apply to that one today too. Yesterday or whatever day that was, I was feeling kind of iffy and I didn't apply. I changed my mind. I'm going to have to go look the job up and apply as well. Oh my God. I hate when they ask you dumb. I remember why I didn't fill out the one for Square. Because they have 2 questions here. It says, tell us a bit about why you're applying to work here. What excites you about this role? Nothing excites me about this role, dude. I'm just trying to make some money. Why do they, I'm going to be honest with this. Should I just be honest and be like, I'm just trying to make some money? I don't, yeah. I'm going to, fuck it. To be honest, I'm excited to work with new tools on a fresh product But if I am being honest, the financial incentive is my main driver. I don't see a point in trying to sugarcoat this or lie. Block's purpose is economic empowerment. Briefly tell us about what that purpose means to you. Well, as a user of Block, I thought it was called Square, but I guess it's called Block. To me, it means allowing a small hobbyist the ability to charge for my services without having to sign a contract with a big payment processor. Hobbyist is spelled Hobbyist, right? It's spelled weird. No sponsorship is needed. No. Are you authorized? Yes. Have you been employed? But no. No. I don't have to. Have you contracted a blocker? No. I accept. Oh my God, they're making me sign some sort of document. I hate these, bro. I hate job searching. Legal name. I hate job searching. I agree to the expectations. How we interview. Our hiring process prioritizes authenticity and fairness, and we ask all candidates to adhere to the few key expectations. Please complete all interviews independently and without assistance from others or AI-based tools such as GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT. We're not opposed to these resources, but we want to see your own work and hear your own responses. During virtual interviews, keep your video on to foster meaningful engagement. If you require accommodations, please inform our team in advance. Lastly, maintain confidentiality by refraining from sharing any proprietary, I can't say this word, proprietary or trading secrets from previous employers or other sourced through the interview process. Okay, yada, yada, yada. More information, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I guess. I don't know. Next. Okay, the weird sus questions. What's my gender? Male, black, Hispanic. No, I'm not a fucking veteran. Review. I don't want to follow you back. Mid application. This is exhausting, bro. There. How many job interviews did I do so far, chat? I said interviews. How many job applications have I done so far? Is all those DEI opportunities gone? I got such a fucking bad headache. Let me see. I got the emails when I applied, so let me see how many I've done so far. This is stressful, bro. And before I do that, let me check the stock market really quick. At least we're up on the stock market. We got what? 2 hours to go. If I can get through these 2 hours positive, that would be good. We're up 0.33% portfolio total. Anyways, how many of these stupid job interviews applications have I done so far today? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I only did I only do 5? Did I really only apply to 5? Oh my God. My old company is emailing me, asking me stupid fucking questions. No, they asked me for the password to the phones and to the Apple account. And I said, I don't know what those are because they were only on the device. I didn't save them. But if you go to the original computer, go to the passwords there, you should be able to find that information. So then he emails me back. What is the password to the Mac? It's the same original password you gave me. It should be the original password I was given. I left the paper in the box with the password info when I sent it back. The password should be whatever it was. This. These fucking idiots, bro. These fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. Oh, what's the password? Like, dude, the password is the same original password. Oh my God. Okay. Before I end this stream, let's do something really quick. Let's rewrite that algorithm one more time from memory. So let me just close my eyes. Let me close my eyes. Let me open a new playground. Let me do that algorithm one more time. Blank playground. Let's see if I can remember what it was, how I did it. And then we'll just delete it when we're done. How about that, chat? How about that? We are going to do it again. Let's do it again, boys. Var random algo array equals how can I make an array that how can I make a I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out how I can make a random array from like without having to type out the numbers. I don't remember how you can do it without typing out the numbers. I think it was like int random. Yeah, here this. Dot random returns a random value with a specific range. With the number of index. Yeah, I think it's this. I think it's this, right? Array repeating 0.0, right? I think it's this. And then here it's supposed to be like int random. And then the range is just going to be, I just put a number. Can I put 25 here? Oh, okay. 0 dot 50. I think this is what I need to do, right? And then I think that will make the array, right? So if I do print random array, right? Now it will print them out, I think, and it will just be a bunch of random fucking numbers. Let's see. It's empty still. When I did repeating, maybe it has to be, let's see. I can't remember how this goes. The element to repeat. The number of times to repeat the value passed into the repeating parameter. Oh, I think this needs to be 52. Right? So that it does it 50 times, I think. No, it just passed 50 times. Oh, I'm stupid. This count is the, okay. This needs to go in the other spot, I think. So this goes here. Actually, this, I'm stupid. It's int random. Zero dot 100. And then here on count is going to have 25, which is a number of indexes, right? And now if I run it, it should do what I want it to do. Why? It gave me one number between those, but I think there's something I need to do. Do I need to run it in a loop? What happened to the door? You might be right, dude. You might be right. Even though I don't know if you're right or not, but I'll do it anyway. Fuck it. So, thank you. I don't remember how to do it though. Array repeating. This is one random number. So whatever number I put here. No, I'm okay, baby. It's gonna be all fives. So how do I have it do a random number each time it's called without doing a loop? Or do I have to do like a range from the beginning? So like var range equals this, and then for value in range do this. And then I need to make the array already. So we're going to make an empty array. Var array equals empty set, right? We don't need to do any, we can do int here. Int. Empty set array, empty of full of ints. Right? And then why is there space here? For in and then here for each value we're gonna do random array append, yeah, there. Append new element, and then the new element is going to be int dot random, and then 0 dot 100, right? And then now we don't need this anymore. And now when you print this, it should have a bunch of bullshit in it. Okay, there, like that, right? So then now we write the algorithm. Func binary search yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to do the pre filling out for me. Binary search array which is going to be an array of integers. P is going to be an integer. It returns an integer. Do the space. Okay. So now he says, I'm sure there is a way to run the function for every single variable statically, but I don't know how you would accomplish that without writing the entire field. You're gonna have to check the for duplicates that time around. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. When I okay, so in here, what we can do is we can do random algo remove. I think there's a way to remove the duplicates. Duplicate sort. Is that what I want? There's a way to do this. There's a way to remove them. Sort. I don't want to. I'm thinking. It will resize the array, but you can do that in Swift. You don't need to the length of the array, it's mutable. What I'm trying to figure out is if there's a method, remove all, remove last, remove first, remove subranges. I felt like there's delete maybe. Delete duplicates there. Does that exist? Is that a function that already exists? No. There is no function that's called delete duplicates. Why would the autocomplete maybe with the map drop last, drop while, drop first. Oh, let's just sort it first, right? So now it's sorted. Sorts it in place, or do I have to create a new one? Sort the collections in place. Okay, so that just sorts them in place, but it doesn't save it either. It doesn't save it either. So maybe instead of sorted var sorted array equals. He says, honestly, it would be easier to check if the array already has a random value before adding it. But if you're oh, I know what you mean. You mean like up here? Append int random da 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 da. Yeah, you're right. But then it's like Jesus Christ, you're right. Let's just do that. Fuck it. So here it's going to be if, well, let's make the random value equals this, right? We're going to grab this, boom, kick it out, right? And then we're going to go in here. We're going to say if random algo contains as value. I think contains is what I want. Contains, yeah. A random value. This random value is not a var. I'm like, why is it not calling it? There. Random value, right? We can bracket this, boom, like that. We're gonna say if it's false. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna add that value in here. So random value, boom. Okay, so now it's only gonna add them if they don't already exist in there, right? Boom. So this sorted the array, and then in here we're gonna do var start equals array start index var end equals array end index -1. I hate this fucking autocomplete, bro. They messed Xcode up so badly with the stupid autocomplete. Okay. We got this, we got these two things. And we're gonna do our while loop. While start is less than or equal to end. Do this. Then we're gonna do our if statements. And there's one thing we're forgetting too. There's one thing we're forgetting too. But I'll do it inside in the loop. This let's return nil. Return nil. Even though I don't even want to return nil, I would rather return a error message, but we'll just keep it nil. He says we'll just keep it nil anyway. What's wrong, baby? I'm studying, my love. Come sit. Look at what I'm doing. Well, you think I'm having fun? I'm not having fun. I'm trying to get a job. No, I'm not. This is not streaming. Come look what I'm doing. When I was learning how to program before, what do you think? I would sit here in silence doing it. That would be even worse than me talking it out. Me talking it out is making it better for me to learn because now I'm actually like memorizing it by talking. I'm like explaining the process while I'm doing it. Well, it's going to take more than 3 hours to get a job, baby. I'm just being honest. It is. Okay. So if, I know. I am tired. I don't even want to do this right now. Oh, I got to get the midpoint. Shit, I almost forgot. How do I get the mid? Was the mid set inside the while loop? It wasn't, right? I don't think the mid is set inside the while. I think the mid is set outside. Mid equals start plus. I hate the autocomplete because I'm trying to do this by memory and the autocomplete is eating. Start divided by 2, right? And then in here, I can't remember if the mid has to go inside the loop or not, but I guess I'll find out, right? If mid, oh my God, stop giving me the autocomplete. This is not going to work either. Array mid equals key. Do this. Else do this. That. Else do this. There. Right? Then now, in here, return mid. That's the index. And here, we're going to make the array mid is greater than the key. So we're going to make start equal no. The end equals mid minus 1 like it's showing me. I hate that it's showing me the fucking answer before I do it. And here the start is going to equal mid plus 1. I think this will work. So then now, binary search, sorted array, I'm thinking here. I think the mid needs to go inside the while loop. Because when you loop around, the mid's always going to be the same, right? Oh, no. It's getting calculated each time, right? Mid equals start, end. No, yeah. This has to be inside the loop. This has to be here. And mid has to be inside the loop. Right? Because the mid has to be calculated on every single iteration. Okay, let's give it a key. Let's say the key is 55. Let's run it. Okay. I think that works. Let's give it a key that's ridiculous. Like, what if 55 doesn't exist and it's going to give us nil, I think. So let's do 555 and let's see. Nil. Yeah. Nil because it exits the loop. It went through every single item, but it couldn't find it. If we do 2 or 3, let's see. 32. 32 is position 2, according to this. Why is it position 2 though? That doesn't seem right to me. There's 62 items. Position 30. I'm going to have to do one more thing here. Print. So we can check it. Sorted array. One. 0, 1. Let's not print the original one anymore. We don't need to print that. I want to do this again. Let's do like 15, 14. Let's see. Position 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, the OG messed. Yeah, the OG messed me up. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's do it again. Let's just make sure it's correct. 11. We're looking for 14. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's try a different number. Let's try like 44. 44 is not in the list. Not in the list. Number 28. 44. Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, yeah, it's working. He says, try removing duplicates after the fact. When you say removing duplicates after the fact, what do you mean? You mean just do the random array, have it search it, and then... My main takeaway on this binary search is just remembering that you need the start index, you need the end index, you need to loop through them, and you need to change those areas as you go. Like instead of checking during the initializations, oh, you mean, okay. So in here, I'm just gonna do this, right? So here I do this. Actually, I can do that. I can keep that like that. And then you want me to remove it from here? I'm pretty sure that there's a way to remove it with a function. Remove difference, drop last, drop while, drop first. You know what? No, this drops the first item in the array, right? Return to see given the number of the initial elements. Yeah, this is dropping the first one in the list. I think it's remove. Reduce, remove, remove at, remove last, remove first, remove and return the first element of the collection. That's not what I want. Reduce. Well, it's already sorted, so I should just be able to drop the first one I see, but I don't remember what function it is that you do to do this. I think it's this one. Filter. Baby, I'm gonna end right now. I'm just figuring something out. Drop returns a subsequence by skipping elements with while predicate returns true. I think in here I can do this. if the equals the, I think that will do what you're trying to do. I can't remember, bro. Boolean expects one argument, but two were used in closure body. I do no. How do I get it to compare two at the same time? The value to the value. Oh, I think I remember how. If I do this, sorted array, contains that. I think that will do what I wanted to do. I think this is what I needed. So it's going to sort. Let me do the dot notation the right way. So it's going to sort them. And then it's going to go through the sorted array, drop while sorted array contains the value that got passed through. He says $sign is for string values, right? No, this would be, it's whatever item it is. It's just shorthand notation for whatever item is next in the array. I think this does what we need to do though. Let's see. But now this is not an array anymore. It's a array int subsequence. I think there's a way to convert it back into an array. Maybe like that. Does that change it back to an array? Let's see. Does it? No. I know you can do this, I think. Right? Does this not work? Cannot convert value of array int subsequence to array slice integer. I can't convert an array slice back into an array. Maybe not use drop. I think use map. And then in the map, I can just go like if sorted array this auto complete is pissing me off. Sorted array dot contains I don't need to use the where at all. This. Right. cannot remember what it is, bro. Jesus Christ. Let me just. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where can I check what functions array has on it? Because I cannot remember. I'm not going to spend my whole time looking for this. Because there's a way to do this. It's easier than this. I'm 100% sure of that. First, last, random element, append, insert, reserve, append, remove, removes and returns elements as specific, blah, 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 remove subrange, remove all, top slash, contains, returns a Boolean value indicating whether the sequence contains the given element, contains where, this is a closure that does the same thing, all satisfying first index, min, max, prefix, suffix, drop first. Is it flat map? Damn, I can't remember, bro. I'm gonna have to fucking comment this out for now. I gotta end. I've been on for like 3 hours. But I can't remember. I can't remember, James. Ay, bro. Anyways, at least we got this part down, the binary search down. And I'll figure out the rest later. Yo, guys. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know this shit was not that interesting, but it's a must for me because I'm learning. So tomorrow we'll catch up and we'll try and figure out. We'll try and, you know, improve our knowledge here. I'll catch you guys later, man. Y'all stay safe. Peace.